Hey guys, it's Anna and welcome to my channel. Today's video is a full face of drugstore makeup. Full face of makeup that's under $10. It's a full face of Wet n Wild, which just happens to be one of my all-time favorite drugstore brands. And when one of my lovely subscribers, Becca, hi Becca if you're watching this, requested for me to do a full face of Wet n Wild, I'm like, oh, yes, why have I not done this already? And I'm thoroughly impressed. I think it looks pretty freaking good. I could not tell if it was high-end or drugstore. There was only one product that I used today that I didn't like actually really didn't like it, but all of the other products, I love it. I love it. So if you want to see a full face of Wet n Wild and you want to see how to get this makeup look, then go ahead and keep watching. So to prep my eyes for eyeshadow, I'm going to be using the Photo Focus Concealer, and this is in the shade Light Ivory. We're going to go ahead and pop this on the lids just to create a nice even canvas. So I'm going to be using one of their new eyeshadow palettes. This is the Not a Basic Peach palette. I haven't tried out their new formula yet, so I'm really excited to give it a try today. And I really like that they've incorporated some matte shades in here. Their old palettes only had shimmer shades. So to set the concealer, I'm going to dip into this shade first. That's a pretty spot-on shade to match my skin tone, not gonna lie. And then for my transition shade, I'm gonna pick up a bit of this orange shade. This one is a bit darker than what I would typically go for a transition. So this is kind of like the only option I have in this palette, but that's all good. It's a really pretty color. So far, this is really impressing me. Like, that blends really easily. It's super pigmented, actually. All right. If all goes well today, I might deem Wet n Wild to have the best eyeshadow palettes at the drugstore. To be honest, I haven't been wowed by drugstore eyeshadow palettes. I have a few in my collection. I have like some from NYX, and some of the shades are bomb in those palettes, and the other ones are just like total fails. I feel like the shades in those palettes tend to be like 60-40, 60 being good, 40 not so good. And I'd just rather invest my money in high-end palettes. Except ColourPop has bomb affordable palettes. They're just not like at the drugstore. And then on a shader brush, I'm going to go ahead and pick up this shade right here. This looks so beautiful. It has gold flecks in it, but then it's like peachy, orange, raspberry tones in there. I'm going to pick it up dry at first just to see how pigmented it is. That color is so beautiful. And for being dry, these are actually not bad, like at all for pigmentation. I think I am gonna go ahead and spray my brush just to really pack it on. So I'm gonna use their new Photo Focus Natural Finish Setting Spray. This is not new, it's just like repackaged. It's their normal like Photo Focus setting spray, but they came out with a matte one, so I guess they just named the other one Natural. And then I'm going to go ahead and pack this on. Oh my gosh. That color is literally everything. That is... I'm in love. I want to use this shade literally all the time. I would buy this palette just for this shade. This eyeshadow legitimately reminds me of Katniss Everdeen. Like, if you were to capture like the essence of fire in an eyeshadow, this is what it looks like to me, because this just has the most beautiful multi-dimensional like glow, sheen, sparkle, like shifting movement to it. Forget applying this dry. It's not worth it. Like, you have to do it wet because this is something else. Now I'm just picking up a little bit of this shade down here that's labeled Transition, and I'm going to pop that in the inner and outer corners because I want to do a bit of a halo eye today. That is pigmented. How is this, I believe, like $5? That's so impressive to me. So now that we've deepened up the outer and inner corners a bit, I'm going in with that Sunset Fiery shade one more time, just going over it because I don't want to lose that color at all. And then taking that Photo Focus concealer, I'm going to apply this right in the middle of the lid. Look up, so then it transfers. So we know exactly where to put this. And I'm going to start carving out my halo eye. Alright, so I have my concealer down. It totally turned pink because of the eyeshadow. But now I'm going to go ahead and dip into the blue. Spritz my brush and apply that over top. Not gonna lie, the blue is not my favorite. I just don't find it that pigmented. I actually find it kind of dull. The color is like a pretty bright blue, but on the eyes, it just doesn't translate as intensely for whatever reason. Even though I've gone in like 5 times with a wet brush, it's just not really doing it for me, but like it looks fine. Like I built up to a okay pigmentation. So now I'm gonna take the all over lid shade, that sunset color, and just kind of diffuse the outer edges. So I'm actually going to go ahead and pop on some mascara just on the top lashes. I'm going to avoid the bottom lashes for now because I'm going to do my face and then later go in with the lower lash line. So I'm going to be using their MegaVolume mascara. This is the one that looked most intriguing to me on the website, and I believe it was like one of the most highly rated on their website as well. And the wand just looks like your standard, big mascara wand. Nothing too fancy. So this is what one coat of the mascara looks like. I feel like I'm not getting anything off of this wand. Like it literally looks like there's no product coming off of this thing. I always do too, but I just want you guys to see what one layer looks like. So I'm gonna do number 2. No joke. This is 6 layers of mascara. 6. Got me to a normal amount of product on my lashes. I'm sorry, but this mascara is a huge no for me. I really don't like it. It did separate my lashes nicely. It's not a super like clumpy thick formula, but there is nothing that comes off on the applicator on that mascara. So I'm sorry, but I just do not have the time to go in 6 times to apply mascara. So moving on to the face, I'm so excited to try this. This is their new Dewy face primer. I would say like 85% of the primers that I own are dewy, hydrating, glowy primers. This actually looks a lot like the Becca Backlight Priming Filter. It's like a champagne shade. It feels very thin and lightweight, hydrating, really glowy. Could this be like a dupe for the Becca Backlight Priming Filter? It honestly looks just like it on the skin, like no joke. I would say the Becca primer is a slight bit tackier than this, but this still has definite tackiness to it. Did I just find a drugstore dupe? I might have. So far, I feel like this is a total and complete dupe for the Becca primer. If anything, I would say this is more pearlescent looking, and the Becca one just has a tiny little bit of like sparkle to it. And the longer this is sitting on my face, it's definitely getting more tacky. Same amount of tackiness as the Becca primer. I'm loving it so far. So for my foundation today, I'm going to be using the Photo Focus foundation, and this is in the shade Soft Beige. So I'm just going to apply some stripes on my face. I feel like my skin is gonna look so good with this combination. I definitely look very glowy at the moment, but that's what I love. Yeah, that primer is definitely shining through this foundation. It looks so beautiful. You can kind of see, like, as I shift my head, the glow on my skin. So I actually don't have a Wet n Wild bronzer with me today. They have 3 different shades in their color icon range. They have one that literally looks like an under eye, like matte brightening powder, one that is the same exact shade as my skin tone, and then one that has a red undertone. So I didn't buy any of them because I just knew I wasn't gonna like them. So I'm actually gonna go in with 2 different products to create my bronze today. So the first one is this contour makeup stick. This one is in the shade Call Me Maple. I've never cream contoured before, so this is a whole new realm for me, and hopefully all goes well. I'm a little nervous, but we're gonna give it a go. Oh my gosh, I'm so scared. I have heard that these are very beginner friendly and that they're easy to blend, so hopefully all goes well for me today. This is not the easiest to run on the sides of my nose because it is more of a chubby stick, but oh well. Oh no. It's way too big. I couldn't create a nice little line. Alright, well, we will find out. I'm genuinely terrified. Here we go. Okay, let's start down here. This is easy. I think cream contour makes me so nervous because bronzing is one of my favorite parts of the makeup process, and I'm so picky with it looking airbrushed and natural. Oh wow, that's good. That actually blends away so easily. I'm still nervous for the nose. I kind of like don't even want to blend it out because it just doesn't look that great. I'm literally like holding my breath right now. Oh gosh, is it drying right now? I do not need this. Oh my word. What have I done? What have I actually done? Maybe I should have... It's blending out nicely, but I'm thinking I might have just applied too much and maybe I should have worked in sections. Like maybe it's just drying too quickly. I'm obsessed with this undertone. Like the color is beautiful. We might get there actually. I think just with like more vigorous blending, I have faith. I should probably actually start on my nose before it looks so terrible. It's funny because before I started this video, I was like, oh, I should like test out the contour stick and like play around with it so then when I actually do my Wet n Wild video, it'll look like I actually know what I'm doing, and I actually will. And it won't turn out to be a mess and I won't have to like take off my face makeup in the middle of a video. All right, so we've done it. It's blended. I'm still gonna work in like a few sections here, but I did it. I cream contoured. I'm so proud. And it doesn't look terrible. I would say maybe next time I would just do like half of my face and work on that first. It looks really good. I give that a thumbs up. That's very beginner friendly. Like I've never cream contoured before and I'm very pleased with how this looks. So now I'm gonna go ahead and test out the Photo Focus concealer. My friend Kendra raves about this on YouTube. Check her out if you haven't already. She's phenomenal. I love her. She uses this concealer every single day. Yeah, I totally bought this concealer because of her and because I was doing this video, of course. But she made me really excited to buy it. Let's go ahead and blend that out. Ooh, that blended out in literally like 2 seconds. Look at that. Okay. Holy crap. That coverage is good. Also, I'm insanely impressed because this concealer is not creasing on me. The only other concealer that doesn't crease on me is the Tarte Shape Tape. So to set that down, Wet n Wild doesn't have any loose setting powders at the moment, so I'm going to be using their MegaGlo contouring palette, and this is in the shade Dulce de Leche. I'm going to go ahead and take this brightening shade, of course. I'm not going to use the contour underneath my eyes. And I'm taking a sponge, very lightly dampened sponge. By the way, that's a really good contouring palette. Both of the powders in there are really nice. They're very buttery and creamy and very comparable to high-end formulas. And then to set the rest of my face, I'm using the Photo Focus Press Powder, and this is in the shade Warm Beige. I'm going to avoid the contour areas though. I'll do that later with the contouring palette. And I really like this powder. It doesn't make me look dry or cakey at all. It looks very natural. So with my bronzer brush, I'm going to take a little bit of the contouring color and use that to set over top the places we've already contoured. Honestly, the contouring stick was more like my bronzer because it had that warm undertone to it. And then this is just setting it in place and kind of intensifying it. So I just changed the lighting because I noticed on my monitor that it was getting like really dark for whatever reason. So now it's a bit brighter in here. So now I'm going to move on to brows. I'm taking the new Retractable brow pencil, and I picked up mine in the shade Ash Brown. It has a spoolie on this side, and then it looks like the Anastasia brow definer with like that triangular slanted tip. It's definitely pigmented, not like ridiculous or anything. I would say it leans more to the creamy side. I would prefer it to be a little bit less creamy because my brow hairs are kind of like being plastered onto my skin, but it seems to be nice for like a really quick brow fill-in. It's nice. I don't love it, but I don't dislike it either. I think it's good, like especially for the price that it is. It's not bad at all. And then I cannot do my brows without some form of eyebrow gel. So this is the Ultimate Brow Mascara. This is in the shade Nothing But Brunette. I believe Casey Holmes talks about this sometimes and she really likes it. So this is what, oh wow, that is a fat wand. That is a lot larger than what I'm used to using, but we'll give it a go. Yeah, I do wish it was smaller. I feel like this would be really nice for someone who has thick eyebrows. I mean, the actual product seems to be doing a really nice job. Like, it definitely makes them look way more texturized and natural. So moving on to blush, in my opinion, Wet n Wild has one of the best drugstore blushes. I actually own all of their Color Icon blushes, but this one, Apricot in the middle, is by far my favorite shade. It just has that beautiful peachy bronzy look to it, and then it has these tiny little like golden sparkles in here, but it doesn't make your cheeks look glittery at all. It just gives them a really beautiful sheen. And if you're someone who doesn't like highlight or just wants a super natural highlighted look, you could just go with this blush and it just gives your cheeks like the tiniest bit of like a shift and radiance. And for highlighter, I'm going to use their Highlighting Gold Bar. This is supposed to be a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Gold Bar highlighter. Wet n Wild has some of the best drugstore highlighters. I have so many of their highlighter formulas. I have this one, of course. I have their very popular ones in the square packaging. I think they're their MegaGlo highlighters, like Precious Petals, Golden Flower Crown. And then I have their like OG highlighters, which are honestly so good as well. They're in like the chunkier, bigger square packaging, like their shimmer palette things. And this highlighter is limited edition as well, so if you want to get your hands on it, I would start looking now. Moving back to the eyes, I'm going to dip into the blue once again. And this blue is just not that pigmented, so, and that obviously helped a lot. And then I'm going to pick up a bit of this shade down here, and I'm just going to put this on the inner and outer portions of the lower lash line. And then for my inner corner and brow bone highlight, I'm going to use this shade over here. Kind of gives a little bit of a white cast, which is not my favorite. Not like, oh, I don't like the color, but it's not exactly what I'm going for this look. It's a really beautiful pearlescent shade. I like the color, but it just, I want it to be more gold looking, so I'm going to just use this highlighter and apply it over top. So now that we're all glowy, I put some all over my body, in case you couldn't tell, and I put some more of that amazing mascara, many coats of it, on my lower lash line. So now for lips, I'm going to be trying out their gel lip liners. I've heard a lot of really good things about these. So this one is in the shade Bear to Comment. Oh wow. This is super creamy. That honestly just glides on. It's so good. It's very pigmented as well. And I feel like this look would look best with a nude, so I'm going to use their Mega Last lipsticks. These are just like their classic lipsticks. These are so good. They last a really long time on the lips. They're super comfortable. They do transfer, of course, just like a regular lipstick. And this one is in the shade Bare It All. And to set it all down, I'm using their natural setting spray. The last time I purchased this, it left little white dots all over my face, so hopefully it doesn't today. I'm scared to open my eyes. Hallelujah. No white dots. We're good. I think the one I had last time just had a really bad spritzer. Alright guys, so this is the finished makeup look. I'm so happy with how it came out. I truly 100% love every single product I used today, of course, except for the mascara, because that royally sucked. That's going straight into a makeup disappointments video. And I just posted one like 2 videos back, so if you want to see me be really savage, you'd have to check out that video. But I'm seriously so impressed. Like, Wet n Wild is one of the most affordable brands at the drugstore. Wet n Wild and e.l.f. are the most affordable. And this looks like a full face of high-end makeup to me. Like, it looks so good. I honestly couldn't even tell the difference. I really want to do one of those videos one day with like half of my face high-end, half drugstore, but I need to like find all of the dupes in my collection first. So I would say this is a major success considering this is all $10 and under. And I hardly ever wear lipstick, so hopefully I can get through this without getting any lipstick on my teeth. Let's see. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed, make sure to subscribe right down below if you haven't already. If you might want to see me in any more videos, I would appreciate it so much. I hope you guys are all having an amazing day, and I hope to see you in my next video. Are we good? We're good. Bye.